the Ruga podcast. Episode unknown. I've already forgot, right, Mario? I already, I already forgot, but facts. But we out here with a legend, so let's get right into it. He's a living legend, right, Mario? We could call him a living legend by this point. He's already been through it all. He's before the cameras turned on, he called himself an old nigga. So,
yeah, that's a fact. Word.
So we out here, man, with Bodega Bamz.
What up? What up? What's poppin'?
Spanish Harlem zone.
Yes, sir.
East Harlem.
East Harlem, to be specific.
Yeah.
Spanish in the front. We just not from Harlem. We're from Spanish Harlem.
Yo, speaking of Spanish Harlem, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's your relationship with Lumedy?
Oh, I love Lumedy.
Yeah.
That's my homie. Yeah.
Now, as soon as you,
you
said
know
Spanish
Lumedy?
Harlem,
You know her?
we got cool. Yeah, she invited me to her Christmas music video.
Oh, you was in it?
Yeah, I was in it.
I saw the video on YouTube.
Yeah, I was
nice.
like the little Santa.
Oh, word?
The drunk Santa.
That's fire.
Yeah, and then I met her. Where else I met her? It was the music video, and then she invited me to her live exclusive. She did a live concert from her first album.
Fire.
So I went to that, and it was just it was just mutual respect. She's cool as hell. Shout out to Lumedy.
Shout out to Lumedy.
Who else from Spanish Harlem?
Mark Anthony.
Hey,
Let's talk about him. Yeah. Forget about everybody else. Let's talk about Mark Anthony.
I wasn't expecting that.
Mark Anthony from Spanish Harlem.
Isn't
Hector Camacho from Spanish Harlem. Rest in peace.
Isn't also I don't know if I'm gonna say it right. I'll Be Black.
Nah, I think he's from the Bronx, right, Rome? I'll Be Black. Remember the nigga from the T.I. movie?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I'll Be Black.
I'll Be Back.
Oh, I'll Be Back.
I'll Be Sure.
Oh, that's his name? Da mira ven aquí.
Yeah. He not from Spanish Harlem.
Oh, he not?
Nah, he from the Bronx.
I'm from New Jersey, so what's the difference between Spanish Harlem and Harlem? Like where Max B's from and Stack Bundles and all.
What's the difference? The people.
Oh, for Walker, my fault. Yeah, Stack.
The
I don't know why. I'm a New Jersey nigga.
Yeah, he wild out for that.
Yeah, you see, that's why I got confused. What?
Stack from Far Rock. Max
Far
is
Rock.
from west side of Harlem. We from the east side of Harlem.
And that's like a whole different world.
To us it is. Maybe to you it might like seem the same, but for east side nigga and a Harlem nigga is different.
Facts.
The vibes is different. The people is different. To me it's different. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just because I'm an east side nigga. So
it's like Mario, it's like Elizabeth. Downtown looks nothing like uptown.
shit like that.
Yeah, all right, so it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet. All right.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Harlem, in general, Harlem got some legends, bro.
Yeah, Harlem in general, just from east to west, is official and beneficial for many years. Even off of just not even rappers, just like criminal history is very rich in Harlem, especially in Spanish Harlem as well. Like it goes back to even the Italian mafia in the 20s and the 30s. Dutch Schultz, like an Irish mobster, used to run a numbers racket in Harlem. So it's deeper than just drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit go way deeper.
Yeah, I've met a Harlem nigga and I feel like, yo, he said something to me I never forget. He's also, you from New York. I'm not from New York. I'm from Harlem.
Mm-hmm. I heard her saying.
So I'm like, okay.
There's a drug dealer.
I just walked away. I didn't understand that.
Hey, yo, but listen, I'm gonna tell you some shit. Some dude named Pee Wee Kirkland, he's a legend too, some drug dealer nigga, way before my time though. He said some shit that kind of like resonated with me one time. He was like, he said, what he said? He said everybody in the world want to be from New York, and everybody in New York want to be from Harlem.
Facts. The way I dress.
To me, that shit kind of like, and then you know what's crazy? I tweeted it, and guess what borough was coming at my mentions crazy?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn was going ham.
I already figured
you
Brooklyn.
already knew it.
Brooklyn, like.
Brooklyn was going crazy like, nigga, nobody want to be from Harlem? Fuck Harlem.
It's always been that back and forth though with y'all though, right?
I never, before I even became who I was and I started traveling and doing shows in different boroughs, like I never went to Brooklyn, bro. Like I remember probably going to Brooklyn like 3 times in my whole life. And I remember always when I went to Brooklyn, the vibe was just mad different. I could tell and I could feel like niggas wasn't fucking with me. Same thing for the Bronx too. Like I used to go to the Bronx. I used to go to a lot of team parties in the Bronx. Them shits used to be lit. You feel me? But every time when you a Harlem nigga, bro, and you go to a different borough, you just feel that
You already
energy.
know?
I know, and I feel like I feel like an official Bronx dude would know, like, nah, he ain't from around here.
Well, now that we're speaking about the boroughs, why is it that I'm always on Instagram and social media and I see memes of everyone down talking the Bronx?
Yo.
Like it's always like a meme. I seen one meme where like the Lion King, where Mufasa was teaching his son, "Oh, you could go to anywhere shining except for that dark place. That's Bronx. Never go there."
Yo,
and I'm like, what the fuck? Why everyone?
I ain't gonna hold you. Shout out to my man Ron Capone. He in here. He's right there. Ain't nobody more official from the Bronx than that man right there. Like I never met somebody that loved the Bronx more than him, bro.
Yeah.
The Bronx to me is weird. I'm gonna keep it tall. I got family in the Bronx, but I'm just a Harlem nigga. So every other borough, like Queens, they all different to me. Yeah. But we should be a borough.
I'm not gonna lie. The way y'all dress, the way y'all talk, the way everything's different. It's like from Dipset to everybody else. Like, damn, y'all Harlem niggas really got it. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And from seeing Paid in Full,
yeah,
it's like I mean, shout out to Harlem, bro.
You know what movie I like though? I like New Jersey Drive.
Oh yeah.
You know about that movie?
Yeah, I've seen it once or twice.
Oh nah, that movie's a classic. That movie, yeah. You from Jersey? You should.
Yeah, I know.
I seen it more than you, and you from Jersey, bro. Nah, I seen that movie.
I feel like I seen Paid in Full more than everybody in this room, though.
Maybe you have, bro.
More than every New York nigga. Yeah, you feel me? Just be like that. Like,
I like the reason why I like New Jersey Drive. Cause we already knew the story of Alpo before it even came out, right? Like we just knew about it. Like the Paid in Full made it just world renowned. But New Jersey Drive, the reason why I like New Jersey Drive is because around that age when I saw it, I used to steal cars myself. So that I was relaying to that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to go to Long Island and New Jersey and be running in cars and breaking into shit and stripping shit. So that's why I like New Jersey Drive, because them niggas was turned up stealing cars. Paid in Full was cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we knew about Poe, we knew about Rich.
Facts. Well, shout out to Harlem, because Harlem is a different breed out here. And we got a Harlem nigga right here. And I feel like the first time I heard about you was when you came out with Strictly for My Poppies.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Thank you.
In my opinion. Like that.
Thank you.
That introduced you to the hip hop game. Would
Yes,
you
sir.
say that?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
How was it recording that project?
Yo, bro, it was a blur.
You was drunk as hell every day in the studio.
Yeah, bro. It was a weird time because it was a transitional time. Like I knew I was on to something and I could feel it. I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. And I've never got that feeling before since then. Like I just knew I was on to something and I knew that the time was going. And the inspiration around that time was untapped and unmatched. Like I just felt like I was drawing inspiration from so many different things. Cause I literally just felt like a fish out of a pond, like fresh. So the recording process was on fire because I literally was just like a newborn, bro. Like you know what I'm saying, I'm feeling things. I'm the environment is different for me. Like everything was vibrant. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't even about the drugs and all that shit. It was just the time period and where we was at in 2011, 2012. Like that year, it was just something in the air, bro. For music in general, like it was fire that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think there's been a time like that since then.
And it's crazy how you mentioned that you felt like you was onto something because I'm from Jersey, and you know who also said exactly what you said? I feel like I'm onto something, and I never felt this before. My homeboy Fetty Wap when he was making Trap Queen. Fire,
and he came up around the same era, like 2013, 2014. He was coming up too.
And I feel like you have more pressure because you're more based. Is it safe to say that you're more based on a lyrical point of view instead of making like?
But you know it's crazy though because I always fancy myself as a lyrical rapper, but because of the time period I was coming in and my associations, people wasn't really even giving me the light and day to be lyrical. Niggas thought that I was mad simple, which kind of got me kind of tight because I never looked at myself as simple music. I always felt like even if you listen to my songs, there's mad lyrical awareness in it, and niggas was still saying like, nah, bands ain't lyrical. So it was, and I guess it was because of the time I was coming in. You know what I'm saying, and who I was coming up against. Because again,
I was just about to say that you was coming up against an early J. Cole, an early Kendrick Lamar.
Early, super early.
And it's like, damn, how you compete with these boys? Like,
and then you know what it was too? It was just, it wasn't even no. I think people who are great, they don't really try to compete with anybody, right? Like you just compete with yourself. Because I feel like, you know, the greats, they know that competing with other people is gonna make you jealous and it's gonna make you bitter. So I kind of came into the game with that kind of mind frame of just like, yo, I'm just trying to be the best version of me.
Facts.
And I also felt like it wasn't nobody sounding like me or looking like me or saying the things I was saying. how I was saying it too. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't competing really with nobody. You know what I mean? Like I
Plus, your name is mad like unique, Bodega Bamz.
yeah,
right?
and it took time for me to get like even to that name, right? Like I had to go through mad different names before I became Bodega Bamz. So my whole come up, when you first heard about me, nigga, I been was running around. You feel me? Like I've been behind the scenes running around from a whole bunch of people. We could have a whole conversation of I was always playing in the back, and the people I was with was the niggas that was making noise. And it was just so happened that in 2011, like something like a light came in my head where I'm like, yo, I don't want to play the back no more, B. Like my shit is fire, nigga. I'm about to be on the front line now. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I took my shit to the next level, because I was tired of playing in the back. But I was in this shit since forever, bro, just running around. From niggas even, I remember one of the first artists we used to run around with was Sean Kingston. I was actually watching old videos yesterday of
You was Sean
facts,
Kingston. That's random.
When Sean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? When Sean Kingston, when he first made
You was gonna remix
Beautiful Girls.
You was gonna do the Spanish.
Huh? Before
Beautiful Girls?
Before,
What
right.
was Sean Kingston doing in New York?
Because Sean Kingston was discovered by a dude named John Shipes, who he has a company called Cinematic as a record label.
Was that the white boy in the video? It was a white guy in the video.
No, that was
J.R. Rodham.
That was a producer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a dude named John Shipes. Shout out to John Shipes. Like, he discovered people like Joey Badass. Like, he even gave Nipsey Hussle one of his first deals. Like, John Shipes is a dude that's been around forever. So John kind of discovered Sean Kingston. I was always with John. I kind of got discovered by John as well. So that's how I was next to Sean Kingston. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was 17, 18-year-old kid when he made Beautiful Girls. So those were one of the few niggas that I was around before I even became who I was. I remember the first time when Nipsey Hussle came to New York. Like, that's when I met Nip. When the first time he came to New York. First time he came to New York, I remember I met Nip. This probably like 2007.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is when I think he had a deal with Sony. Then he got dropped. Nipsey Hussle's stories is fantastic, bro.
Yeah, if you really look at certain videos from back in the day, he's in the cut and you didn't even realize it.
Yeah, his story's
I
fantastic.
remember I was watching We Are the World when the situation happened in Haiti, the earthquake, and they remixed the one where Michael Jackson.
And he's in it.
And he's in it.
I just peeped
I'm like,
that for the first time.
Is that Nipsey in the back?
Word,
He was in the
word.
back. What's he doing there with Miley Cyrus and all these?
That was hard. I never knew that either. That was hard. Yeah.
But he looked crazy though. You could tell he wasn't the mainstream
Nah, he wasn't.
Nipsey. He was still.
You know,
fresh.
Nip, one of Nip's first mixtapes, I don't know if it was his first mixtape, but one of his first mixtapes was called Bullets Ain't Got No Names. Like, it's crazy because Nip came in this shit on some real straight gangbanging shit,
Facts.
and then he became a real rich nigga towards, you know what I'm saying? Like, he transitioned, like, he started on some gangbanging shit, and I remember his transformation too. Like, Nip wasn't fly. Like, when he first came to New York, nigga was hungry.
And those be the dangerous ones that make the classics, the bummy motherfuckers.
And he that was the, you know what I'm saying, that was the foresight of him just being such a fantastic human being that the nigga started off on some gangbanging shit and then end up making millions, bro. You know what I'm
For
saying?
the record, he's getting his Patron refill.
Yeah, word.
Oh, Don Julio, my fault.
Julio, word.
For the record, yeah, but that's crazy. So coming up in New York, I also heard you was part of the Tan Boys.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I mean, how did it come about, bro? We was just tired of being called like them Spanish niggas. Like, we wanted to have our own lane. You feel me? And I felt like Bodega Bamz, I knew early on that I needed a movement to go with my career, because just being a solo artist coming out of New York at that particular time wasn't enough.
So that's what you would call your fans, the Tan Boys.
Nah, that's what I call my everything, my shooters, my whoever it is. Like, I would define them. Remember them niggas in the end of the movie in Scarface that went to go kill Tony Montana? Yeah, it was the Tan Boys. So that's how I look at my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that muscle. I just needed a movement, because at the artists that was coming up at that time too, like, you look at French Montana, like, French had Coke Boys.
Yeah.
Right?
He had everybody in my city calling himself a Coke boy. That's why I was like, oh, it's for your fans.
Right.
You know how Nicki got Barty?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Cardi B got Barty.
But
Nicki Minaj got
it wasn't.
Barbs.
It was. I wanted something. Exactly, my fault. I wanted something that the fans could be a part of, right? So that they can associate themselves with Bodega Bamz. They could be a Tan Boy. But I had to also break it down, because a lot of times I didn't want to also shun out other nationalities. You feel me? I didn't want people to just think that I had to be Latino to be a Tamboy. So it got a little bit tricky for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't strictly do it for my fans. I just did it for myself as well because, again, I look at myself like a salsero, bro. Like Hector Lavoe had his bandmates, and that's how I looked at the Tamboys. Like it's just not a solo artist. It's him and his crew.
Oh, makes sense, yeah, because you got black fans, Chinese fans, so Tamboy's like,
right.
Damn.
Tamboys turned into something bigger than what it was. You know what I'm saying?
But if you're really a fan,
you wouldn't care.
Yeah, you wouldn't care because a lot of people screaming Coke boys, they never touched drugs in their life.
Yeah.
But they were still saying, I'm a Coke boy.
Nah, yeah.
Hey, shut up, nigga. No, Eric, no, you not. I know you. No, but he's a big fan of French Montana. So, in a way, I get what you're saying, though. You know, it'd be weird if like an Asian person was like, yeah, I'm a Tamboy.
It ain't weird to me. It might be weird to him. Mm-hmm. A lot of times I've gotten messages where they be like, yo, Bams, can I have your blessing? I'm not Spanish. And I've always told them, like, nah, bro, like, you don't have to be Spanish just to be a Tamboy. If you're a proud and powerful individual, you a Tamboy. That's how I view you. But especially early on, there used to be a lot of those kind of messages. White people used to come up to me and be like, yo, I'm white, but can I still be tan? So, you know what I mean? Like, I've gotten a lot of messages trying to point across that it's not a nationality. You feel me? It's who you are. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a proud and powerful individual, you a Tamboy.
I see you
fuck with Bodega Bamz.
I see you rep a lot of the Latinos heavy, and as you should. Why is it that you never got picked up when the whole reggaeton wave came about?
You think I should have got picked up?
Hell yeah. The way you repping Latinos, that was the whole point. They picked up Fat Joe, and he will rep it. They picked up Nori, but I feel like the way you're talking about Latinos is like you would have been a good part of that wave. Like, I could picture you now, the way you're talking about Latinos and you all for the 10 people, you would have killed in the Gasolina remix.
Man, what about that shit would have ruined my shit? What about if it would have watered my whole brand down? What about if you never would have looked at me the same way if I would have did that?
But I feel like that's what legends are made.
Listen,
like,
you bring up Nori.
What about Fat Joe? He didn't know what was going to happen. He probably thought the same way.
He went the reggaeton route. I don't think Fat Joe really went the reggaeton. Fat Joe's a smart nigga. He didn't go.
Now they asked him to bring reggaeton to help reggaeton introduce to the USA.
Like I remember seeing somewhere Nori saying that that's one of the biggest mistakes of his life, that he went to reggaeton. That's a fact. He felt regret behind that because he felt like that ruined his brand in itself because I guess it didn't make sense. Why was Nori doing it? That's what he said out of his mouth. So what I'm saying to you is that I might have saved a bullet from not going through that way.
Damn, you're going to make me not want to listen to a reggaeton Latino remix no more.
And then you know what's crazy? I felt like
no, he killed that verse.
Nah, also I feel like too, like, you know, reggaeton, when it was popping, right? Like when it was really, really popping, because now it's really changed, right? But when I think about reggaeton, I think about like Daddy Yankee and them.
Wisin Yandel and all them niggas.
Right? It became a point where if you wasn't Spanish, you would think every Spanish rapper does reggaeton. And that's trash. Because how did you start this conversation? You said, yo, do you feel like you're a lyrical artist? And I do feel like I'm a lyrical artist. But because I'm Spanish, it was a point in time where niggas is going to automatically think about reggaeton before they even think about if I'm nice or not. So, in one hand, it was good for our people because it made a lot of people successful. Certain people, like Daddy Yankee's a legend, one of the greatest ever. But not everybody could have dipped and dabbled in that reggaeton world because it wasn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, those is for the Puerto Ricans who's off the island who just, their first language is Spanish.
Let's just say, if we could go back in time and they came to us like, Bodega Bamz, listen, you got New York on Smash. We need you to help our people.
I would have done it, of course.
You would have done it?
Of course. I would have done it because I feel like I'm great. I feel like when you know you great, it don't matter what pocket they put you in, you're going to be great. Because they wanted me on Love and Hip Hop, right? For the last season.
New York?
Yeah, season 10. And they wanted me on season 1 for Love and Hip Hop New York. And I remember at the time, I told Mona I wasn't going to do it. Well, somebody told Mona for me. But then Mona came back around, right? So I have to say this. Immediately what I thought was, nah, I'm not going to do that shit because that shit going to fuck up my brand. Niggas going to look at me like I'm a clown. Like,
why does everybody say
but Pete, right? So because of what it is, bro. Like
I feel like it would have expanded more.
Fan wise, like more people would have knew who I was, right? But if you look at the brand of Love and Hip Hop, what's the message behind there, right? It's just really Drama, right?
Boyfriend and girlfriend drama.
Cheating, scandals, that's all it is. There's no real deep message behind that shit. So you can, if you an artist that worries about his brand, immediately you're going to think like, nah, that's not going to look good on my shit. That's why you don't see people like J. Cole doing that, or Kendrick Lamar, or any of those kind of guys who really are very serious about their brand. So I said to say this, but at the same time, I also feel like if I'm great in what I do, it don't matter where you put me, I'm going to be great.
Facts.
So I went through with it, but then I still didn't get on it. So to me, that was a blessing in disguise. That was God, another me dodging a bullet.
Who was supposed to be your girl?
I was gonna bring my real girl.
Oh, your real girl.
Facts. I was gonna bring my real girl, but
that would have been kind of risky.
But
man.
I know they want the spice. Yeah, and it was a great experience. It was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why I want to bring my girl. This is what I'm trying to tell you, right? The reason why I want to bring my girl is because that's the girl I was with at the time, and I'm still with now. But I wanted it to be as real as possible. Like I wasn't gonna go there and play.
I asked you that because they asked me to be on it too, from New York, even though I'm from Jersey, and I had to find a girl. Right. Mine was gonna be fake as hell. I don't give a fuck. Mine was gonna be fake as fuck.
Nah, I feel you. And it's
funny because I asked Lumedy, and Lumedy was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna say what she said, but she kindly."
I wonder why she not on it. She should be on it.
She kindly said no.
Yeah.
But she had a reason. I'm not gonna blow her spot. Yeah. Then I asked DJ Blue Diamond.
That's my homie.
She was with. She like, hell yeah, let's do it. I'll kiss you and all that.
That's my homie. Shout out to Blue.
So I told Scott, I'm like, yo, I found a girl. But then that's when the whole COVID shit hit. And then I don't know what happened. And
you see what I'm saying? But that's what I could have done too, right? Like I could have it's easy to just pick out.
Yeah, for you to put your own girl, I'm like.
I wanted to do that because I wanted to be real and I wanted my story to be different from everybody else's.
But what happens if that show would have fucked up your relationship?
It would have. You see, that's what I'm saying. It would have.
I wanted it to.
And that's why, but that's why it didn't happen. You feel me? I feel like I got saved, bro. Like I feel like I dodged that bullet.
Fact. Shout out to my nigga I'll be out. He's from Jersey. He was supposed to be in it.
There's a lot of niggas who should be on it too.
And he said, nah, I'm not with that corny shit. Same thing you said, I'm not with that dumb shit. Like
I'm not gonna say it's corny. You feel I'm not gonna disrespect their brand. What I will say is that, again, if I'm comfortable in my own skin, right? So like a nigga can't say I'm corny, bro. There's no possible way. Because in real life I'm not corny. Like I'm always been that nigga. Where I'm from and who I am, right?
Talk your shit.
Yes, I wasn't worrying about if I was in love and hip hop, they would have thought I was corny. Nah, niggas would have loved me. Cause I would have brought a different kind of spice.
Yeah, cause Mano's in it too, and he wasn't no corny.
That's what I'm saying. Like you couldn't. Jimmy was on it. There's a lot of niggas who be wavy on it, right? So I wasn't worrying about that, but I was more so looking at it as a business. Like I wasn't gonna play with them. They were gonna have to pay me a bag. Like I wasn't gonna go over there for $5,000 an episode. Like I would have asked for something more.
Damn, Mona, why you lowball me?
I ain't gonna hold you. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. She said you was gonna get low in that?
Nah, that was a joke.
Nah, it was. I believe it, cause that's what they do. They tell you, oh.
That was a joke. It was a joke.
But that's what they. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. I was gonna go. I was like when I went through I went through 4 interviews with them. Like shout out to Mona, she was amazing too. Mad love. I met the producers, everybody, but before they even asked me like how much I was gonna get, I was already going, in my mind was going to tell them the number I wanted. Because you gotta understand, I'm coming a little bit differently. Like I already got my brand, I already got a name. I'm already an official actor as well. Like I'm a part of SAG, so I was already on a Showtime show. So I got a little bit more leverage so I wasn't gonna go in here and let you niggas play me walkthrough money. Nah, nigga, you gonna have to pay me. I'm prime time. I just did a Showtime show.
What was the price you was gonna give them?
I was gonna tell him $25,000 an episode. That's what I was gonna say. Because I'm putting, like you just said right now, you gonna have your girl in it? I'm putting my real life on the line. You ain't gonna pay me $5,000. That's what, I didn't even get that far with them though. Like Mona, and I felt like they felt that off me. Cause I'm saying like, that's my perception. Like I'm about my business. Like you're not gonna. You
would have been in there like Peter Guns. He put his real.
Nah, yeah, bro. Like if I'm gonna put my real life on the line, you gonna have to pay. And $25,000 is still low. You know how much? You know how many people watch that show, bro?
And that's gonna be on forever, reruns.
That shit is still low, bro.
You have to explain to your kids.
Yeah, yo, bro.
I'm spazzing on your mom in this scene because
that's a fact. You know what's crazy? Because I was even looking at. I even Googled how much people get paid, because I wanted to gauge what can I ask them and when I can't. And I was looking up who get paid the most. Nah, it was one of those girls. A girl got paid like $150,000. I'm like, all right.
Erica Mena.
Nah, it was some other woman.
Another one? Damn.
I forgot, some Puerto Rican girl. But I said that to say this. I'm Googling how much niggas get paid because I want to know that so that I know what to ask. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't going to play with them. You know what I'm saying? They would have to pay me.
And it's crazy how you was mentioning it because you skipped right to the next question. You said you just did a show.
Yeah.
How did you go from rapping to acting on Smilfs?
How did I go?
Yeah, how did that go about? Because me as an aspiring actor, that's dope as shit.
Thank you, bro.
It's like, damn, this motherfucker's
that shit was a
passing
blessing.
me. He's not even really trying to do it.
And that's why I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, don't get it twisted. I'm really trying to do it. Like, I wanted to be an actor even before I wanted to be a rapper.
Oh, word?
Facts. Like, since I was a kid, like, I was always into drama and the drama class and being in plays. So I was always wanting to act and be in movies. It just so happened that music is what opened the door to that.
I can see that now that you said that. I could hear it in your music and your music.
Yeah, I've always been, and even me and my brother, and even me and my friends, like my close friends, we real big movie buffs. Like, that's what we do. We watch movies. Like, I'm a nigga that go to movies by myself.
Oh, you one of those?
Oh, I'm one of those, bro. Like, I love, yo, bro. I'm like sad right now that the movies ain't open no more.
Facts.
Cause that shit used to be like therapeutic to me. Just going to
I
the
did
movies.
that one time. I felt weird. It was on Tuesday.
Bro. I can't eat by myself. I be feeling weird eating by myself. Like, I can't go to dinner by myself.
Oh, no, I can eat by myself. I just put headphones on and just go on YouTube.
Nah, I can't. That's looking weird. But I can go to the movies, bro.
I can picture you in the middle, like, yo, goddamn, this movie good as hell.
OD. Hell yeah. So don't get twisted, bro. Like, I take the acting shit very, very seriously, bro. That's why I paid $3,500 to join SAG. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is.
So you got to pay them.
Oh, hell yeah, you got to pay to join, and you got to pay fees every quarter.
And they don't pay you?
They get your checks. They go get your money. I get checks quarterly because of what I've done already. Yeah, yo, SAG is amazing.
That's crazy. Did you ever take acting classes?
Nah, I haven't, but I want. And actually, I did. I took one acting class, in between shooting Smilf. So after I finished season 1, going into season 2, I wanted to take acting classes just to
Oh, they didn't make you go take.
They didn't make me because they told me on set. What they told me was like, you have natural ability. Don't ever change that. They said because what could happen is you do take acting classes and then it becomes a structured thing now. Yeah. So now all your natural charisma, it might change a little bit because now it's becoming like a
you gotta know how to I know exactly
a robot. But there's certain things that I want to go to acting class for. Like, for example, like when you on set, like there's certain. Like I caught myself. At one time it got real difficult for me. Like I had to talk and open up a refrigerator at the same time, and I didn't realize how difficult it was. See, I do it normally when we just in our cribs, but when you actually acting and you're doing that motion,
this bitch better have cooked today, man.
And then you you know what I'm saying. So when I'm doing that, I found out like I was going through a few takes because it was a little bit difficult. I wasn't hitting the mark.
What was you doing that was messing up?
It was just too much going at once. So that's why I want to go to acting class for, to be able to hit marks, to be able to be like, I can open the refrigerator and still talk to this person over here and still look over there. Like, and that's what you could do in acting. It's little things like that. Like, I don't really per se want to go to acting class to be like, to change my charisma and the way I bring things to like how I talk, because I feel like that's the beauty of certain actors. Like John Leguizamo or whatever, there's certain actors that they're born with how they talk and how they, Al Pacino and these niggas, like, them niggas don't really need acting classes. They just born with that. So there's technical things that I want to go to acting class for. Like I just said, like being able to open a refrigerator or being able to look at my phone and also say my lines and shit.
One thing that's hard for me to this day is cry on cue.
Shit like that.
That's hard.
It's hard.
You really got to use your brain for that.
I just had to do an audition, and one of the things was I had to do a self-tape, and one of the things was he has to cry on cue. And I cried, but I didn't cry. And what's crazy, that I'm an emotional ass nigga too. Like I cry a lot. Like I cry a lot. Like
real niggas cry, man.
I cry a lot, bro. Like I cry, and I ain't afraid to cry, and I cry hard.
I seen Styles P cry.
That's crazy. Shout out to Styles.
He was on the marriage boot camp.
Oh, word?
And he cried in one of the scenes.
Oh, shit, that's hard. I seen, you know what I'm saying? Like, DMX is my favorite rapper. He cried.
Yeah,
so,
I seen him cry, yeah.
So, but that's hard to do. Cry on cue.
When they want you to.
So then you
got. I can cry in my room by myself.
Exactly.
I gotta do it right here for
so you have to learn how to. Because you don't have to force yourself to cry, so you don't have to think about something, right? Mm-hmm. So it's about switching that on.
So that's why you got
keeping it there.
Yeah, you got. You ever seen the original movie Scream? When the girl picks up, hello, what's your favorite movie? Yeah, Drew Barrymore. They said that she couldn't cry on cue, so the producers had to ask her, what makes you cry? She was like, well, animals dying. So instead, we heard, what's your favorite scary movie? I'm going to gut you, I'm going to kill you. While she was going, oh my God, the producers were in her ear saying, I'm going to kill a panther, I'm choking the dog. And then, oh my God, those, you
That's
know,
fire.
And it's crazy how they had to mix that in there. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
man. But yeah, that's how it be, bro. Because again, like think about Will Smith, bro. Like he known for like just crying on cue, because he probably has a very traumatizing experience that he locks in his head every time he acts. That he's able to, and that's impressive. That he's able to keep that traumatized experience in his head, and when they tell him to cry, he brings it out. And you gotta train that.
Which is why he made that legendary moment with him and Uncle Phil with his dad.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like he wasn't exactly. He probably thinking about his, not even probably, most likely he was thinking about his own experiences. Yeah. And he's keeping that right there.
Because he didn't have a father growing up.
So that shit is hard, bro, to do. You have to have like very strong brain capabilities.
Is there any future films that you're doing right now that we don't know about?
Hell yeah.
Which one?
Nah, I ain't doing no. I
was gonna be like, damn.
Nah, but you know what? Let me manifest. I'm passing it.
Actually, want to do. Actually, go to school.
I'm manifesting, bro. I want to manifest a future film, future show.
Yeah, why not? Rappers can act too. You know, 50, Ice Cube, Common.
I seen 50. I work out in the same gym as 50 in the Mercedes Club.
Oh yeah.
And one time, we shared the same sauna. That shit was crazy.
Wait, what? Hold on. What?
Yeah, so we was in. This is pre-corona. Yeah, word. We had the towels on. Pause.
Just walking in like, yo.
Nah, but PP. Nah, we was on. Shout out to Mercedes Club. Is an amazing gym. You know what I'm saying? Like it's on. Like it's a part of the actual Mercedes dealership. They got their own gym or whatever.
Shit.
So, anyways, I'm in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So usually after I work out, I like to go to the steam room.
Yeah, I do that too.
But the steam room was. At this particular day, it was off.
Well, I used to do that because I gained weight.
Yeah. Right? So I'm like, damn, all right, cool. So the steam room's off, so I'm going to the sauna. I'm not a real big fan of saunas. I like steam rooms. So when I'm walking, I already knew 50 went to the gym. I would see him on the floor. So when I'm walking to the steam room, I see this big black motherfucker standing right in front of the door. I don't know it's 50, but it's big motherfucker. So he look at me, and he on his phone. He walked in the steam room. So pause, I walked behind him. And as soon as I walked behind him, I sat down, and no less than like 10 seconds, I introduced myself. Like I was going to make sure I took advantage of that moment. And I was right next to the nigga like that.
Pause.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, 50? I'm like, yo, what's up, 50, man? My name Bodega Bamz. He said, Bodega, what's up, man? Where you from? So I'm from Spanish Harlem, man. Oh, that's what's up, yo, that's what's up. And nigga just went on his phone. That was that.
You don't talk much.
That was that, bro. But I wasn't there. So, yeah, that was a good time, man.
You had the towel, the steam, and everything.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm trying to picture it.
And then I was thinking to myself, damn, I should have told this nigga, man, I'm an actor, bro. Like, put me in power, bro. Like, what's up, nigga?
And it's funny you said that because you were talking about the acting classes. I flew to LA to do an audition for BMF.
Fire.
Because I'm cool with his head security. So he was like, bro, shout out to Show Hunger. He was like, bro, come. I'm like, bro, BMF was all Morenos, like all black people. I'm Spanish, you know.
Yeah, but they had a connect that was Spanish.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you can play the detective. I'm like, let me see the description. A 55-year-old white man, fat. Do I look like a 55-year-old white man? Bro, listen, do the part. It don't matter. They usually look at you and they may want you for another part.
Facts.
I'm like, you're right. You just come. You may not look like the description, just come. I got you. So I flew in. I slept on the couch, on the floor in his hotel room.
Fire.
You know, I was grinding. I'm hungry. Like, let's do it. The next day we went, and it was a line in Beverly Hills. Line around the block. I've never seen a line like that. Beverly Hills. Mad people auditioning. We skipped through the line. Like, yo, 50's coming in 10 minutes. I'm here to secure the place. I'm the security. He's with me. So we cut the line. I had to sign the paper. He's like, yo, the security held me down. He's going to do a part. I signed the paper, took my headshots, and I had a number. He said, look, 50 just got here. I got to walk him through the back door. Stay here. You got your number. They're going to call you. I'll be back. Like, I appreciate you, bro. So he left, and I see like 10. They entered 10 people per people, 10 per people. And it was just everybody in their own zone practicing. Like, their lines. I'm just looking around like. And a few of them recognized me. Aren't you the nigga from Instagram? And I'm like, damn, don't get nervous now, nigga. You've been butt naked in public. You could do this. So I'm like, all right, it's game time. Like, let's do it. So I was reading my lines. I memorized it. I'm like, all right, cool. And he came back. He was like, yo, they setting up. You next. I'm like, all right. So number 45. I'm like, you over here. Like, all right, cool. Listen, go in, stand on the X, and just wait till whatever they tell you. So I went in. It was 50 and like 3 white rich motherfuckers. You could tell they rich.
So he was a casting director, 50.
One of them. He was sitting there, and there was 4 white ladies from Power Stars, one of the TV channels. So I stood there, and then 50 was like, "That's your boy?" Like, all right. More pressure. Like, oh, now you know I'm with this. So I'm like, all right. And then they're like, oh, okay, how you doing? My name is whatever. What you gonna be playing? Oh, Detective Bob. Okay, cool. Melissa, you're gonna be doing it with her.
Right. You
right. So I put the thing down. She's like, "You're not gonna read?" Like, "Nah, I got it up here."
Fire.
Oh, nah, my fault. I'll read it. I wasn't trying to act cocky. I was like, no, if you could do it without it, do it. I'm like, all right. And then with that, whenever you're ready. And I just went into it, bro. I killed that shit. Like, they all started clapping. 50 was like, and then the security texted me like, "Yo, you killed that shit."
Fire.
And I remember just like killing that shit. It was me and her were talking, and they liked the fact that I reacted a lot. Because at the end, the detective was trying to get with her.
Right.
And in the beginning, he goes, "Man, these BMF motherfuckers, I can't wait to lock up all these motherfuckers. Anyway, come over. We could do overtime." "Bob, you know I'm married." And at the end, he's supposed to say some sexual shit. Like,
right.
"Don't worry, I'll make sure I take care of you." And then the script it says, as he says, "I'm going to take care of you," he grabs his genitals. So I'm like, damn. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So once I said it, I mean, you know, I was like, fuck it. So, come over, I'll take care of you. And she was like, "Cut, good." Like, they all started laughing, clapping. Like, I felt weird as hell doing that in front of 50 and them, but, you know, that's what it said.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yo, that was good. We fucked with it." And I'm like, "I appreciate it." And then it was, I ended up staying there because, you know, we stood like 6 hours. 50 stood there for 6 hours. And one dude went to class. I remember 50 going, "Yo, pause real quick. You go to acting class?" "Yeah." "I could tell because you're trying to focus on your breathing, and that's fucking up your lines. Stop focusing on your breathing too much." That's what they taught you, right? Yeah. I went to New York acting academy. Like, "Yeah, I know that place. They teach you that. Don't do that. What you said, it's fucking up what you're trying to act."
Yeah.
Okay, you could tell he was nervous. Okay. And then he did it again, and he did it better. But 50 off the rip knew you calculating your breathing.
Right.
In between your lines. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit. So it's like I learned a lot from that audition.
New experience, right?
It was a dope ass experience. Like, being there for 6 hours, that man really puts in work.
Fire.
We sat there for 6 whole hours until all 300 motherfuckers.
That's hard. I'm gonna work with that. I'm gonna work with that man one day.
Yeah, you gotta speak into existence.
I'm gonna work with that man one day, man. I've been running around in the same circles for a little minute now.
Nah, fact. They be like, "Hey, bro, we've been in the same sauna."
Yeah, that's a fact. That's gonna be the start of the conversation. Right.
But being in the industry, right, there'd be a lot of beefs, a lot of freestyle battles and shit. I know you spoke about it in your past interviews, but now in 2020, how's your relationship with Joel Ortiz?
That's my nigga.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my dude. I spoke to Joel the other day. I wanted to interview him. He told me he ain't coming outside because it's Corona. But that kind of got me hot because I'm like, nigga, I ain't got Corona, nigga, but I'm thinking to myself, everybody different. So
but you know who told me that too? I wanted to interview on Chris Rivers.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, "Bro, I'm not going over there Corona." I'm like, "My nigga."
Come on, bro. Like, come on, let's stop. But
when you,
because I felt like, nigga, you just don't want to do the interview, nigga. You just use the Corona as an excuse. I do the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's my guy.
I know you had tensions back in the days.
I never really had a tension with him. What happened was, at one particular time, his ex-manager was managing me, and I felt like his ex-manager, who was my manager at the time, I just felt like he was just doing funny shit, like, and just trying to make us go against each other, and kind of like, you know, I'm young and I'm fired up, and I'm getting my first opportunity, and I felt like he was just feeding log to the fire, and he was making me even go harder. So it was a little, like, I remember it was something simple as I did an interview with Sway, and I said something as simple as that, like, "Yo, I'm the best Latino out right now. Like, ain't nobody fucking with me." And that was kind of construed into, like, why you talking about this person and that person? So it was never nothing against him. It was just, you know, I'm coming out and I'm rubbing people the wrong way because of my bravado. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like, who I am might make the next person uncomfortable because of how confident I am. So it was just that. Me and him worked on an album together with Salam Remy, who's one of the greatest producers of all time. We worked on the whole album together, me and Joel. Me and Joel got mad records together after that. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the few artists in this game that I have a good rapport with, who I have a great respect for too. He's a great man. He's a great person.
It could happen. It's like me saying, I'm the best. I'm New Jersey's finest.
Yeah, I remember
have a lot of motherfuckers from New Jersey. What nigga?
Right, exactly. And I remember I was saying that, and the manager told me at the time, he was like, "Yo, Joel feels like, what is he, chopped liver?" It was one of those kind of things.
He could get it too, motherfucker.
Yeah. So it was just that. But I remember me and Joel. I respected Joel because during the midst of all that, it kind of got crazy because even like Camilo got involved. It was weird, bro.
Camilo?
Yeah, it was weird at one point. Like one time, like the manager that used to be my manager and Joel went to Camilo's restaurant, and him and Camilo got into it. It was some weirdo shit that, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just thinking to myself, this is all Latinos and we all doing weird shit. And I understand because I'm like the new guy in town. And again, because of who I am, it's not ill intent, but maybe because of my braggadocious nature, people don't know how to really be next to that. And it's not me trying to shit on niggas. This is who I am. I just feel like I'm the best, nigga. Like, and I feel like I work hard to be to that point. So, you know, but it was weird with everybody at one point.
Even DJ's getting in it.
Yeah, it was weird. Laura Style, and that's my sis. Shout out to Laura. She about to have a baby. You know what I'm saying? But everybody was like, why the fuck I'm in this shit, Bams? You got me beefing with this person and that person.
You know what's crazy? We're beefing against each other, and like, hip hop is based off African Americans, so they already look at Latinos as like, we're not really trying to fuck with y'all, like, you know. So
that's how I always felt, you know what I'm saying. And that was another
like,
thing.
We beefing against each other now, like.
But that's the messed up part about it. How like we there's only a few of us, right? Like, who respectfully, there's only a few of us who actually do this at a high level. Like, there's a lot of Latinos who's rapping, but at a respectable level, there's not too many, right? Like, there's a few of yous, and there's a few rappers who have any kind of influence. And it's messed up because even amongst each other, there's going to be some kind of, well, not between me and you, but there's going to be some kind of jealousy, right? Like, you will never see the camaraderie that, you know, other nationalities have. You will never see that with Latinos in the rap game. You might see that like in the Spanish world, like with Bad Bunny and them other niggas, but as rappers, like, you will never see, even back in the day, you never seen a certain group messing with this group. It was always to themselves.
Exactly.
So even when I got my shot and my opportunity, one of the things I try to do is I try to be cool with every other Latino coming up. So I was reaching out to people like Cap G and Snow the Product and King Little G from California and Aston Matthews and all these different Hispanic Latinos, because I knew that the people before me wasn't doing that. They were sticking to themselves. But even that, like, it's always kind of like an internal, I don't know, I'm not gonna call it jealous, because I'm not jealous of nobody, but you know, people just feel weird about helping other people or being next to other people. Like when you said, yo, bro, like, don't say that no more. Don't ever say, he was like, yo, this nigga passing me, like, in the acting shit. Nigga, I'll help you. Fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? That's my mind state. You know what I'm saying? If I'm getting somewhere, nigga, come on, let's go.
That's the Eastwick mentality, man. Elizabeth raised me like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's normal shit.
Nah,
like, that's not wrong for you to feel that way, because that's how a lot of people feel.
But I say in a way, like, you're motivating me. Like, now I'm gonna go, I gotta go 10 times.
That's
hard,
love.
you know?
And that's how, you know, that's the perfect kind of mentality to have. Like, don't look at it as like, niggas is, he on, so I can't get on, because what I eat don't make you shit, and vice versa. You feel me? Like, so, and I'm the type of dude that I wasn't on that type of time, bro. Like, I want to help everybody out. You know what I'm saying? Especially my people. And it's messed up because when I say my people, you have other people saying, what you mean by that? Yo, it's really hard for us to maneuver.
It is. Cause
we can't say certain shit without somebody questioning, like, what you mean by that? Like, I've done interviews. I remember when I first came in this shit, bro, like, when I first came in this shit, I didn't really have a filter, because nobody really put me on to tell me how to do things, so I was just saying what I felt, which in one hand is good, but in the other hand, it ain't good, because you also gotta, it's a time and place for everything.
You need that person in the back going.
I didn't have that, feel me? So I didn't have a filter, so I was saying a lot of things that I knew I wasn't being racist or being, like, just pro-Latino, but I can see how somebody else would look at it as, yo, you just sound like you just care about your people, nobody else, because of the way I was saying things. And I said it to say this, like, us, you know, even Latinos, we got a lot of pressure on even how we talk and what we say, because we are literally very rare, and we're the minority in this majority game. Like, we're literally, like, very, very few of us. So the wrong thing will be like, you know, this game is mad small, bro. Like, you piss one person off, and then they got a good relationship with that person, and that other person won't even hit your side. They gonna go on their side.
Exactly. And speaking about this whole situation, has anybody ever came at you for using the word nigga?
Hell yeah.
Being Spanish?
Hell yeah.
I get that a lot too now.
Hell yeah.
And it's weird because I never had that problem in high school, middle school. Now all of a sudden I got to deal with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, this is weird.
The people who used to come at me was people from California, and then
Yeah,
I understood.
Cali people.
And I understood why, because
It's a different word out
Mexicans don't say that word,
Uh-huh.
right? They don't use that word. They don't. We say that word as a term of endearment, right? Like we're not saying it in the racials.
But out there, they really are against each other.
Yeah, because Mexicans and blacks, they have
that's
long-standing
crazy. I
beef.
didn't know that.
So that's where it was coming from. It was coming from when I first came on the scene. I was saying the N-word. It was coming from Texas. It was coming from Arizona.
I'm
California.
getting the same people, son. It is annoying.
But I ain't gonna hold you. We shouldn't. Bro, I say it all the time.
That's
I'm
what
from
I'm
the
saying,
hood,
bro.
right?
I'm not gonna stop saying it.
But you know what's crazy though? I would like to not have that in my vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm not gonna lie, I cut back on it.
Yeah,
I
because
used to say it all the time in my captions. Now I use motherfucker.
Yeah.
I use
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Just,
I cut back. I'm like,
yeah, because I get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's sensitive, and you should, you know, as older you get and more mature, you also want to be, you know, you also want to be mindful of other people's feelings. Like,
because they're all your fans too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and think about how many people probably got turned off by that and was like, I ain't listening to Bodega Bamz no more. And I lost the fan.
I had people unfollow me because of that too. Like, I always thought you was funny, but that N-word, I'm unfollowing
My
you.
mom told me, bro. My mom told me, like, you certain shit you can't control, but don't ever give people the ammo to shoot you. So if I know by me saying the N-word is making somebody mad, why do I say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand if I don't know. If you don't know that you're hurting somebody, then it's different. But if you know that, yo, I say the N-word, I'm going to lose a fan. And if you continue saying that, then don't complain when you lose it. You feel me?
But it's stupid because you saying the N-word. I'm in a video with 5 of my black friends who didn't have a problem with it. Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
They're not really black.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
It
it always get deeper and deeper. It always switches up, bro.
Yeah, remember I told you about the audition I went with the head security of 50? We was walking the Hollywood stars, and we talking, joking, and all that. Somebody stopped and goes, "Wait, y'all friends?" And we didn't know how to react. At first, I thought he knew me or him. I'm like, you know him? Nah. Do you know him? No. And he was like, he was a goo. He had face tats and all. They like, yeah. And he just kept walking.
Where y'all was in? California?
Yeah, we was on the
That's
Hollywood
what I'm saying.
stars.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
shit.
because out there is rare.
It's crazy. I'm like, yo, this is really a whole world country out here. Like, this is.
They not seeing that. They really have long-standing beef with Mexicans and African Americans. So, yeah, us New Yorkers, us tri-state occupants, we saying the N-word. They like, what the fuck you saying that shit for?
But it's weird. All my niggas from high school be like, but don't worry, keep doing your thing. If anything, let them come see me.
Yeah.
I'm like, fact. It's like weird. I never had to deal with bullshit like that.
Yeah, but it's cool. I mean, like, again, man, you should want to, as you get older, bro, you should want to be able to excel your vocabulary and be more intricate and have bigger words. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be saying the same words I was saying when I was 15 years old.
Yeah, because we all getting older.
Definitely.
And being out here, right? How's your relationship now with ASAP Mob?
Those are my guys. I mean, you know.
Was you ever a part of it or supposed to be a part of ASAP Mob?
I'm like, it's like I'm associate. That's what you would call me. Brother. Yeah, so if this is like the mafia, like the La Costa Nostra is one thing, and then you are an associate.
They might as well just blessed you in and officially made you official.
Yeah. I mean, but I am official internally. Like, because Rocky's my guy. You feel me? Like, the head, that's my guy. Like, Yams was my brother. He's on my skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, his mom's is like my mom. So, internally, like, we have a very, we have a bond that it doesn't matter how many years go in between. It's just Bodega Bamz. You already know what it is. So, I ain't need to be ASAP Bamz to be stand by that. You feel
Has a
what I'm
nice
saying?
ring to it, though.
It would have been fire. It would have been more money for me, too.
Yeah.
Would have got a little bit more chicken. You feel me?
Facts.
There was a lot of things that was supposed to happen, with us. You know, but you know the homie died and shit changed drastically, like overnight.
Oh really? How so?
He was the bridge. He was the glue. So when he dies, there's nobody else that's holding that mantle. There was a lot of people who I felt was probably only cool because of him. So you remove him, and now niggas got no reason to be cool anymore. So it was that kind of vibe. You feel me? Like, there was a lot of business that was supposed to be taken to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And Yams was the spearhead of that. So when he died untimely, you know, a lot of stuff stopped and a lot of stuff separated. There was a big conglomerate, bro. Like, it wasn't just ASAP. It was, you know, again, like ASAP what was fire about them is that because they from Harlem and we from Harlem. So that's why it clicked. You dig? Like, but there was other people who were connected with ASAP as well, like from California. There was niggas from Brooklyn, like Flatbush Zombies is connected with them niggas too. There's people from Jersey, my man Dash, like he's connected with them niggas too. Dash and Wretch and them niggas, like they were connected. So it was the ASAP had they tentacles like all over the tri-state, but it was because of Yams, not because of Rocky. Rocky was already world global. You feel me? Like Yams was the brain, and Yams was the dude that was pulling people together. So when you take him out, he's the coach. You know what I'm saying? Like he's Bill Belichick. You take him out, and you just got a whole bunch of players who want the money, who want the fame,
who want that spot.
Yeah, who want that spot.
So once he passed away, do you feel like there was a lot of people started doing other things that they weren't supposed to do?
100%.
Like the true colors came out.
This whole shit, to me, not even about them. I just feel like music just became trash. But maybe it's because I'm spoiled in the sense that I came up under him and under his tutelage. And Yams was such an important piece in hip-hop that I feel like it just became trash after he died. Like, it wasn't meaningful anymore to me. You know, you might ask somebody from Atlanta who's popping right now, they don't give a fuck about Yams. They're going to be like, nah, my shit is hidden. But for me, I feel like for New York, the shit just went left and it went weird because Yams represented a whole bunch of people that you got for a long time, you had to be a certain type of person to be accepted. You feel me? Like, and he and them, they made it to where I don't gotta be as gangster as that dude to be making gangster music. I could be the dude who, I ride a skateboard, but I still let my gun go. And that wasn't acceptable before them niggas. You feel me? Like, so, you know, he again, like, shit got whacked when you remove him. Because this,
I know a lot of them are big wrestling fans.
Yeah, and you know, wrestling shit is like geeky shit, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's like, oh, you a geek if you listen to wrestling.
But now it's cool. They made it cool.
But what I'm saying is that there's probably a dude out here who watches wrestling who will blow your head off.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, who blow your head off.
And after they blow it, if you smile, and they run away.
Yes, and run away.
I gotta go.
But we come up again because I don't know how old you are. You know what I'm saying? But we come up where certain shit wasn't acceptable. So
Facts.
they made a lot of shit more acceptable in New York, artistically.
Man, they Harlem trendsetters. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
What you just mentioned about what wasn't acceptable me growing up was wearing pink. Until you already know who.
Yeah.
Cameron came out. The nigga, pink fur, pink
And I
hat,
remember,
pink.
yeah, yo, bro, listen to me, man.
Next thing you know, everybody in school had a pink polo.
I
pink
never
shoes.
was, you know what I'm saying? And I shout out to Cam, you know what I'm saying? I met Cam a few times, you know what I mean? Like, I met all them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, being who I am. But even before, when I was just a consumer, like, I didn't follow Cam. Like in Harlem. Yeah, I wasn't following Cam. Like we was I felt like other boroughs were more fans of Cam than actual Harlem. Cause I'm in Harlem, bro. Like niggas like Cam, don't get me wrong. Like we fuck with Dipset. But I feel like niggas in the Bronx, niggas in Brooklyn, there was bigger stands and bigger fans of Dipset than niggas in actual Harlem. Cause niggas in Harlem was always doing their own thing, bro.
Fact.
Cam was just a part of that cloth of a dude who became a superstar. But the big see, I was following more so Jimmy. I like Jimmy.
Capo status.
Yeah, I just like Jimmy. I wasn't really like I was a fan of the music, but to me, Jimmy was just the 8-ball. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just the who is this guy? That's the nigga who I was kind of like emulating. I always liked Jimmy's style. You know what I'm saying? Even when I told you before the cameras went on, I interviewed Jimmy for one of my homies, who was a street dude who had a DVD, and he wanted me to interview rappers, and Jim Jones was one of the dudes I interviewed. And this is around the same time when he was beefing with True Life. And I remember this when Jimmy was at the height of his career. This when Ballin' just popped off. So you couldn't tell Jimmy nothing. And I remember I was kind of nervous because I didn't know how to approach him because all you hear about is how wild he is and the DVDs you see. So
and at that time he had Max B under him.
Yeah, he had Stack was still alive. He was at his peak.
Did Max B right Ballin'?
I don't know about that.
That was always a rumor I heard that Max B wrote Ballin'.
I don't know. I mean, if it's a rumor, then there's some truth to it, right?
Fair.
But I don't know. But when I interviewed Jimmy, I remember he can feel like I was acting weird. Not weird, but he could feel like I had like
He ain't like the questions.
So I didn't even get to the question. He just told me, yo, talk to me like you told me if we in the street. That's exactly how he told me. And when he said that, I felt more comfortable, and I started told him like a regular nigga. I was gonna go in there on some journalist shit, like, yeah, how you doing, Jim Jones? So I wanted to be professional because I didn't want to piss him off. It's Jim Jones, and he sensed that off me. He was like, yo, talk to me how if we on the corner right now, talk to me. And that's how. So once he did that, my guard came down. You feel me? But he was a dude that I was a fan of. I was a fan of Jim Jones. I loved Jim Jones. I loved what he represented. I loved his swag. I loved how he spoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Dipset was Dipset. You know what I mean? Like, it was, I didn't wait for Cam to wear pink. I was wearing pink before that. There was a lot of niggas in Harlem wearing pink before Cam was wearing pink.
Not in Jersey. We waited for Cam.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like people out of Harlem are bigger fans than people who actually live there. And that's how it is, though, bro. Like, even I'm sure you got bigger fans out of your neighborhood than you are.
Boy,
that's how it is.
People here don't like me.
That's what I'm saying. And that's how it is. Everybody. Anybody who has some kind of success.
Like Mike, yeah, he's over there.
Yo, bro, niggas even like Jesus in his own town.
Facts.
They even like Jesus in his hometown. Jesus couldn't do no miracles in
his
own
town. People crucified him.
Yeah, so
you know, at
the
end of the day,
I was wearing pink before Cam came with the pink ring.
But let me ask you this: you being from Harlem and you being a big Jim Jones fan, you said something. You said I like his swag.
Yeah.
You don't feel like that kind of came from Max B a little bit? Cause
hell no. Jimmy was always swaggy to me, way before Max. Yeah, bro. Jimmy, yo, if you look at old interviews, Jimmy always stood out to me. Like, if you look at Cameron interviews from '98, like, Jimmy's always in the side, and you always like, who is this nigga? Like, he had the braids, he was just different.
So did Max B, though.
And but Max B came afterwards.
No, but when Jimmy was getting popping, Max B was the guy that you looked at.
Oh, 100%.
This guy right here.
Now,
so
yeah.
I looked at some interviews where he was up in at the record labels, and Max B were there, and it was one where Max B put his shades on, Jim Jones started laughing, look, and he put his shades on. And then the comments like, oh, you can see big brother, little brother.
All right, but let me tell you something real. This is just me, and I'm just a consumer.
And I'm not going to lie, a lot of people from Harlem have been saying that for years.
But wait, musically, I can see, yes, heavily influenced Jimmy shit. You know what I'm saying? There's been rumors since forever that Max did everything, right? I don't know that business, so I can't say nothing. But I'm talking about like fashion-wise, dress-wise, nigga, Max don't dress better than Jimmy. Not to me, he didn't. I never looked at Max was like, oh, that nigga Max fly than Jimmy. Jimmy always been fly to me. So in some aspects, I feel like Jimmy always been a star. Like, music-wise, of course, like, he elevated his shit.
But we never got to see Max B really his full potential. I feel like Max B was the hood Drake before Drake. But then he got cuffed.
Max
B had his own sound.
That shit was nasty, man.
He was singing.
I was looking at old YouTube videos and how that whole shit transpired between him and that was nasty, bro. How they were going back and forth. That was nasty, bro. But Jimmy was ill. I mean, excuse me, Max was. I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't really a big fan of Max. Like, he was fire to me, but I just like Jimmy, bro. Like, I like Jimmy.
I'm not gonna lie, Jimmy did have a lot of niggas in high school wearing the tight clothes with the
yo, you know what's crazy?
The chain to the wallet.
Yeah, I didn't.
Skull gang.
That's what I'm saying. Even Ed Hardy, like, we was wearing Ed Hardy before Ed Hardy. You know, Jimmy, he's what made it popular. But niggas was wearing Ed Hardy. We was wearing Tavaniti. We was wearing Aztec jeans way before Jimmy was running around with them shits, because Jan's Jeans, a spot in Spanish Harlem, had Aztec, had Tavanitis. My man right here, this is my man for 15 years. He still got a pair of tabs. You see what I'm saying? So Jimmy made this shit popping, but you know what I mean? Like, when you from Harlem, bro, you always on top of the different fashions. You always on top of the different everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you from Harlem. You know what I mean? But Max is Max. You know
yeah, free Max B, man.
Yeah, but you know,
You like Jim Jones.
I like Jimmy, man. I like Jimmy, man.
I fuck more with Max B. You like Jim Jones.
I like Jimmy, man.
I feel like if Max B never got locked up, he would have been superstar. He would have been over, you know.
I don't.
Max B had his own sound. It was different. Max B was singing those songs when it wasn't cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before Drake, and then a few years later, Drake came out. Now it's kind of cool, and then it became cool now. Now everyone's doing it. And when they asked, yeah, he paid homage, and that came from Max B. So it's like, you know, I feel like Max we didn't see his full potential.
Of course, 100%. 100%.
And moving on more to, you know, we got to ask for the ladies out there, You
Nah.
you still-
Don't ask me about no. Hold on. Before you ask me about a girl.
You should have said this before.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Well, no lie, when he was talking about Love and Hip Hop, I'm like, fuck, that was my chance.
Don't ever ask me about no. Don't ask me about no girl.
Who?
Any old past relationship.
Any past relation, though, I don't want to hear the name. I don't want to hear nothing.
Now you want to hear the name.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Oh, I didn't even start. I didn't even say that. You know what's crazy? That was my last topic. And I'm like, damn, that would have been perfect. While he's talking, in my head, I'm like, that would have been perfect with Love and Hip Hop.
Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you, bro. Like, first of all, number one, I don't know 100% sure who you're speaking about because I've had a lot of ladies. I ain't gonna no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But whoever it is, I don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've had a few. But what I will say is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Poppy, my nigga.
You don't know?
I'm Poppy, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Could be Stephanie, could be Ashley.
You know what's crazy? You bring up Ashley. I remember Ashley.
I made up that name. I didn't even know
No,
that.
Ashley Diaz. That's her name, right? I remember she had a 10. Yo, I've been Ashley Diaz one time. We got a. Anyway, it doesn't even matter.
I
But
really made up that name.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is coming. I was going to say.
Yeah, you should have said a different name. It would have been a code name. We could have answered like that.
Angelica. Wait, but you didn't even let me get to add. All right, let me say the name. If you don't want to talk about it, we move on to the next one. Princess Nokia.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Are you guys dating still?
I've never dated her.
You never dated her?
Nah. Listen, this is. First of all, number one, shout
Was
out
that
to
what
her.
you thought I was talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to her, unbelievable artist, talented individual. I met her in 2012.
But keep drinking. I'll ask you in 5 more minutes.
I met her in 2012, and when I was coming up, she was coming up as well. So we were both together in the sense that we shared the same vision.
And I see that picture, that little sexy picture I took.
Oh nah, it was great. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was her idea. Like that was her. She's a visionary.
How many takes you wanted to do? One more. Like,
Nah. She took control. You know what I'm saying? That was her idea. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like relationships and all that type of stuff, like it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? It was friendship and partnership and just creatively sharing the same kind of thing. It's the truth.
I know.
She wasn't gonna be on Love and Hip Hop with me. You crazy? Huh?
Now it's actually a good someone. He's well trained now how to talk in public. If
Bro,
this was 8 years ago, you already know what it is, man.
Homie. Nah, that's a homie.
Nah, mutual respect.
Yeah, OD. Homie, but I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't on that type of time.
Is she from Harlem too?
Yes. She's from
from?
Harlem. She's from Spanish Harlem.
See, that's all I wanted to
But
ask.
what I'm saying is that, it's crazy because the internet has this kind of like perception of things that people don't know internally what things really are.
But you can see why. With the picture and then,
Nah, but I just feel like
y'all
niggas.
both from Harlem.
Yeah. Yeah, which picture? The one that for the music for the song? But it was attached to a song. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people be having their own kind of perception of, yo, what's going on or what's this
Well,
and
look
what's
at
that.
Anuel and Karol G. They make Culpables. Oh, they look like they dating. That's cute. 5, 6 months later, they dating.
They be there, and the way, the kind of picture
Now
they
he just
was,
came home from jail. And he was like, yo, let's do a song. Fuck it. Yeah, so it was like, oh, look, they're cute. They make a cute couple. And then 5 months later, they started dating. So maybe that, oh, look, they make a cute couple. And then,
yo, bro, I really can't, like, I realize I can't date women in this game.
facts.
Like, just period. Not even just her, just in general, because I've dealt with a lot of women in this game, like, who have their own, and I can't date women in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there you have it. I had to ask. I
It's the
appreciate
truth.
you for kind of answering. No, I appreciate you for politically answering it. But right before we close, since you're a lyrical monster out here in the rap game, who is Bodega Bamz top 5?
Off the top of my head, DMX, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z, and Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in that order, but
Not in the
top
order,
5.
but yeah, I would put.
I thought you was gonna put Jim Jones in there.
Nah.
Not
Top
50?
5. I just think influential wise, like, and
That's a good top 5. That's a good top 5.
I would just, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, I would even put Drake because I'm just such a very like 1998, 2004 kind of era type
But
of
I feel
dude.
like at this point,
You got to put Drake.
at this
Like,
point, yeah. I mean,
and I'm a fan of that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even on some funny shit. Like, I'm not even that.
he made it cool to sing and
like
be,
his music.
and being too,
Yeah.
emotionally.
I think, yeah. I
with
think
women show feelings.
Nah, I think
he
he's-
made it cool.
Yeah, I think he's dope. I think he can rap his ass off. I think he makes great music. So he would definitely be in my top 5.
Yeah, at this point, he's in my top 5 too.
And he's relatable to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's relatable to me. Like, I can relate to Drake shit. Like, a lot of his shit. You know what I mean? So, and he inspires me a lot. So, I would definitely put him in my top 5.
You think a feature will be in the works soon?
In the works, I would love that. I Drake already know who I am.
Oh, word?
That's a fact. 100%. 100%.
How did
Drake.
that happen?
Just we know the same people. I remember one time.
Don't tell me you found him in the sauna too. That would how the fuck?
Nah. Let me tell you a story though. I ain't gonna hold like Drake used to follow. We used to follow each other on MySpace. You feel me? Cause
What was his name back then?
Drake.
Oh, it was.
But he had a picture. He had a picture where he was in like, he was behind like a forest or some shit.
The comeback season.
And
yeah.
that was one of his main pictures on MySpace, and I had a MySpace at the time.
That's legendary.
And the reason why we was following each other is because I was following Mike Posner, and Mike Posner is an artist from Canada.
Yeah, I know Mike Posner.
Who think you cooler than me? He had a pop in that song.
I took a pill in the beat. Come on, man.
Right.
I know my
So
shit.
Pete. So I remember I went on Mike Posner's page one day, and I went in his messages, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, cause niggas used to have the fire digital shits on their backgrounds, and I wanted that. So I was like, yo, Mike, how did you get that? And he sent me to somebody else, and through somebody else, I went on Drake, and that's how they all from Canada. So that was my first kind of experience with Drake, right? Before he would whatever it was. And I remember God Bless the Dead when Yams was alive. I remember when Drake, he was using the whole Champagne Poppy shit. And
Even back in MySpace?
nah, this is after. Nah,
Oh,
this
after,
is Drake.
okay.
Drake. This is Drake being popping. And I remember I was uptown at some spot. We was dumb drunk, me and my brother Ola. And Drake had posted a picture where he put Champagne Poppy in his Rolls Royce. Like, he shit on niggas. Like, nigga, I'm the real Poppy. Nigga, I'm putting my shit in my Rolls Royce. And I remember my brother Ola, because we Spanish, Latino, hot-blooded. So I remember my brother Ola was about to go ham on Twitter, and Yams text Ola like, chill, bro, don't even do that. Nigga said, Drake sees everything. You don't want to do that. So it was one of those. So, and shout out the party next door, like that's the homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Party. So I know there's different people who are close. This game is small, bro. I mean, like, everybody moves in the same kind of circles. So I definitely
Yams
know
was cool with Drake too, because I remember when he passed away, Drake
they were mad cool.
Drake shouted him out.
Drake is one of the niggas who gave them niggas they shot, like
Facts.
they first shot. So, and Drake, to my understanding, what I've heard by people who actually know him, this is a dude who's very intuitive and he's very in tune. So he knows what's going on. He knows who's hot. He knows who's new. So if Bodega Bamz was popping on the scene, Drake would have known. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how in tune he is. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely knows. He's a student of the game. So he definitely knows, or have heard at one point of Bodega Bamz. That's a fact. Because even the word Poppy, like, you gotta understand, when I came in this game, bro, like, and this is no shade to nobody. Nobody was using that word, bro. Nobody was using that word Poppy on some rap shit.
Facts.
Like, we were using it in our households because that's what we grew up on. But rappers wasn't calling each other Poppy.
Fat Joe
The only
wasn't.
Fat Joe wasn't saying that. No, the only person who was close to saying that was a nigga like Nori, and Nori wasn't really saying it. He was just saying it in his rhymes. So when I got my opportunity, that was my moniker. Nigga, I was Poppy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my whole shit. Like how Eminem had Slim Shady and Kendrick got K-Dot and Drake got Drizzy. I was Poppy.
That was your
So
alpha male.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So nobody was using that. So when I seen, Poppy start popping up more, I remember I had a conversation with my brother, God bless the dead, man. Like, you gotta understand the word Poppy and Latino, we was out even before Migos. Like, there was at one point there was no Spanish lingo, no nothing, bro. And now it's huge. Now you got Migos, one of the biggest groups in the world. That's a Spanish name, bro, on an African American group. So we were very what we were doing, bro. When we were doing was like, it wasn't happening. It wasn't going on. So when I came with the Poppy shit, I wouldn't be surprised if anybody else after me heard that shit. Not even only Drake. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I had a conversation with Party next door, and he told me, he was like, yo, nigga, Poppy's my favorite record. This is what Party telling me. Shout out to Party. This is all facts.
And that's big.
So if I'm hearing Party saying that, I don't gotta ask you if Drake hearing that.
You can't tell me shit.
Because you next to Drake.
Facts.
So if Party hearing that,
You
then I
already
know
Party was
Drizzy gonna hear it.
Yo, Drake, look at this.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. And honestly, yo, bro, you will be surprised when you reach a certain level, right? I will only assume, like a person like Drake, when you reach a certain level, you're constantly looking for inspiration, bro. Because you're at a level where, nigga, you're by yourself. So you're constantly looking for inspiration. You're constantly looking for what's new, what's hot. And that's why he's so successful and he stays there, because he has people or him himself who's going to see who's the next person up. Like, oh, I'm going to take this idea or I'm going to take this flow and I'm going to make it my own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's constantly doing that, reinventing himself. That's why niggas is always saying that he's stealing shit. But that's what niggas on his level have to do. Not steal, but they have to stay influential.
And that's how you stay relevant with the new generation.
100%. So, again, he's one of those dudes that's going to be known what's what, who's next, who's happening, or how I'm going to get next to them. Because that's how you stay alive in this game, and that's how you stay relevant in this game, bro. You continue to reinvent yourself.
And speaking of the game, what's next for Bodega Bamz, music-wise?
Music-wise, I mean, we're going to continue making music, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to continue. Honestly, man, I don't even know. I'm going to tell you why. Because what's crazy is that, like, I'm in the middle of making money and also doing it for art. When I first started in this shit, it was all about the art for me. It was all about creating and being the best and being different, right?
I was hungry.
Then I got a taste of money, and now I know I have to be about my business. And when you don't have the proper guidance or the proper people who know more, it's hard to juggle those two, right? Because the last thing you want to do is treat your art like a business. Because then if you treat it like a business, then your creativity is going to fail. It's going to falter, right? Like I seen an interview where Jay-Z said that nowadays you see a lot of CEOs want to be rappers because rap is a multi-billion-dollar business and it's a hustle now. So now people, their whole shit is, I don't even have to be nice. I just want to make money.
Facts.
And that waters it down, right? So now you got a whole bunch of people who actually love the art, who actually want to be different and want to change and push the envelope. But that's not normal anymore. What's normal was about making millions on top of millions of dollars.
So you're telling me that it'd be like...
So now I'm in the middle of that. I'm in the middle of...
We gotta wait.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of, like, I can make music on top of music on top of music on top of music because I love it, right?
Fact.
But then I know there's also certain ways how to make music and also make money. So which way am I going? I might go a way where I just want to make music on top of music on top of music and don't care about the money. But then I got to care about the money because I got to feed my family.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be music. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always going to be working. I'm always going to be releasing music because nowadays the more music you release, the more money you make. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it is with streaming wise. Like you got to continue releasing music unless you're a high level artist.
Facts.
But you know when you're still coming up, you got to continue releasing music because the more music you release, the more streams you get.
And I hope you don't stop because, like I said, you're a living legend in the game already, man. Like,
what does that mean to you, legend? Like, what does that mean to you?
you've done certain things that already, like, that other people was scared to do. You get me? And if you created your own lane and your own style, your own swag. Because you talk about Jim Jones, but then again, Bodega Bamz got his own swag too.
Yeah.
You know? So... Is
it wrong? Is it wrong for me if I don't... If I don't look at myself as a legend?
Yeah.
So I should look at myself as a legend?
I mean...
You think so?
Not really, because I feel like...
Or should I just let the people who are fans of me say that?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's better when other people tell you.
Right.
Because I used to have Eastwick Legend. That's Eastwick. That's what we call my city.
Right.
I used to have that in my bio, but I'm like, that's corny if I'm calling myself a legend.
Because that's what I'm saying. I bet you there's people out there who consider you a legend,
All
right?
the time, fans. Right? It's like, oh, from the skits, classic skits I've
Yeah,
done.
like you're like...
But it's like, I'm not even done yet. Like, I'm not, don't call me a legend.
Yeah,
you know?
and I feel like, what's crazy? I feel like that was another thing too. Like, that adds an extra layer of pressure
It does.
on how to perform and how to take it, right? Because I've been hearing that forever. Yo, Benz, you a legend. Yo, Benz, you do legendary shit. And I'm a humble ass dude, and I never really like took it to my head. But then at the same time, when you're hearing it a lot, you start moving differently. You start acting differently. Your music starts changing little by little subconsciously because you're hearing something that's very endearing, bro. Like when somebody calls you a legend, that's endearing. That's like, damn, bro. Like you really look at me like that. So what I'm saying is that if it's not harnessed correctly, it also can be a hindrance.
And you don't want to be too comfortable and just stop making.
And I was too comfortable. And I feel like a lot of people are too comfortable at when you hear it enough.
And it takes away your hungerness. Like, hey, I already did enough. I like it up here.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
And you don't want to keep climbing.
Yeah, so I feel like, because you gotta understand too, at one point, the term legend, right? You know what? Legends are like Babe Ruth. Legends are like Muhammad Ali. And the reason why they're legends, like Jim Brown, the reason why they're legends is because, one of the reasons is because there isn't too many photos of them. So that's how you become a legend, because not a lot of people see you, but they hear about you. Mm-hmm. You see, the term legend now has 1,000 different meanings.
A lot
now.
of people use it.
Like Jordan is not a legend. Jordan is beyond a legend because there's thousands on top of thousands of footage and pictures of Jordan. But when you think about Babe Ruth, he's a legend because, nigga, there's probably 30 photos of Babe Ruth in the history, right? So that's how the term legend came about. Like when somebody calls somebody a legend, because it was almost like, you're not real. Like you didn't exist. And you didn't exist because there wasn't too much evidence of you existing. So what I'm saying is that, like, I don't know if I confused you, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So
that means I'm going to take less pictures.
Yeah. Yo, I ain't going to hold you. Like, Biggie's a legend. Nah, because Kobe had a 20-year career. He has thousands. Now he is because he's gone, but he still has 20 years worth of footage. Thousands on top of thousands on top. He has millions of pictures out, bro. Millions of pictures. He's not a legend. The term legend to me is black and white. Like when I think about legend, I think about I think about Babe Ruth. I think about those type of people. Muhammad Ali, niggas that don't.
That's more pioneers than legends.
No, fact.
Pioneers and legends is, to me is this.
Different. Pioneers are who started and legends are who like.
Legends are people like when there's a legend around here. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you think about shit like that, it's back in the day shit. Like the term legend has become the new, you the best. Mm-hmm. Everybody's a legend now, bro. Everybody's a legend.
One hit, you a legend.
Everybody's a legend, bro. Nah, what the fuck?
That's all I had to do.
Bro, everybody's a legend. Even niggas with 9,000 followers on Instagram, to somebody they're a legend. Because legend is the new term. Legend is the new term, bro. That's just to me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
So I'm just being humble in the sense that I hear it a lot, but I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, nah, bro. Like you said, I want to take less pictures. I
didn't know. Less pictures mean you're a legend.
Less pictures, bro.
Mike, no, I'm a legend.
Word, because you want to be like, bro. The Loch Ness monster is a legend, right? Like Bigfoot is a legend. That's a legend because you don't know if it exists or it doesn't. It's a myth too, but it's a legend. It's a legend and myth is almost the same thing. That's what I'm saying. When you become a legend, it's because you're doing so much legendary shit that it's not even true. That's what people like. Damn, he really did that? Nah, that's some legendary shit. That's the whole term of a legend. Like Michael Jordan was doing some shit that you was like, nah, how the fuck he was doing that? That's where legend come from, nigga. Not making $1 million don't make you a legend, nigga. A hero? I don't think he's a hero. Well, I mean, he is a hero, but he ain't like a hero like a fireman.
In this situation, we're both legends.
Yeah.
We're both legends.
Well, we legends in our neighborhood. I take that legend where I'm from.
Do people in Harlem consider you a legend?
Man, people in Harlem probably hate me. Who knows?
Yeah, you see, it's always like that in your own city. You know what's crazy, real quick, before we wrap up? There's people out here that book influencers from New York. And there's people from New York that book me to do business, to promote their business. And sometimes I'll be like, yo, why don't you book such and such? He lives off the block. Nah, we don't fuck with him out here. And then, but when the influencers come to Elizabeth, I be calling them. I'm like, yo, what they say about me over there, that business? Oh, they don't really fuck with you out here. You see? But when I go to his hood, they said the same thing.
Yeah, man, shit be weird, bro.
It be weird, like, bro. Yeah.
And it's only in this game too. It's only in this entertainment game. If you
I had to drive 2 hours to come here, but you could have had this dude 10 minutes away. You got a nigga from New York when you could have called me when I'm right down the block.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's crazy how this shit.
We all emotional. We all
Yeah.
deal with shit emotionally.
It does, but Bodega Bamz, I appreciate you for coming through. You know, don't stop. Don't get comfortable.
Nah,
Because
never.
I know you got a lot more to let people know.
I'm gonna win an Oscar, my brother.
Before me, oh man. That's
I'm gonna thank you.
No.
When I win it, I'm gonna thank you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? That my
For
nigga Mike
surpassing
Ruga.
Mike Ruga.
Yeah. Thank you, my nigga Mike Ruga. And I'm gonna say my nigga Mike Ruga.
I mean, the audience like, that should have been me. Nah, you're right now, but that's going to make me work twice as hard, so.
Nah, but by the time that happens, bro, you already gonna have some movies
appreciate
already
you.
starring. You gonna have a nominee already. You gonna have a movie on deck.
Every audition I go to, like, man, hopefully Bodega Bamz ain't here. I got a geek that's going to motivate me.
Yo, bro, don't, my nigga, I'm in the same boat as you, bro. Like, I've been to like, I got an agent, right? I got agents, so I signed with them like a year and a half ago, bro. And I've been to probably like 40 auditions, and I've only made one, bro. Like I said, I've heard like 39 no's. So what I'm saying is that I'm in the same boat as you, bro. Like, don't overthink that because of whatever, because I done this and I done that. I be hearing those left and right, bro.
Nah, I heard you got to do that. I heard you got to hear a little noise.
And I kind of like thank the rap game because I feel like the rap game made me stronger in the sense that I'm able to deal with disappointment differently, right? So when I hear no, nigga, I want every role I take an audition for.
Facts.
But I kind of like, because of the rap game, because of all the headaches and the road bumps I've been through, it's easier for me to hear a no from this casting director. Matter of fact, they don't even tell you no, they just don't call you.
Yeah.
Right?
I fucks with it.
Yeah. Yo, that shit was fire, yo. And then you going back home like, yo, I did my thing.
I still didn't hear shit from that
You ain't hear
BMF
from these-
audition.
That's what I'm saying. And I was about to
I thought
ask
I
you.
killed it.
Exactly. But yo, all the time I be feeling that way. Like, yo, I bodied this shit and I don't hear it.
It's
So
been a year and a half already.
I only got one, I've only got one. I've got a few callbacks, but I've only landed one gig. All the auditions I've done. And I'm happy that, you know what I'm saying, I got preparation in the rap game because it's hard, bro, like to kind of like.
And I can see you in the big screen. Like, you got it. You look like you can play that,
I want to.
That dealer or the action pack.
Yeah.
Or,
I want to.
someone's boyfriend that went to war. Or anything, man.
Yeah, I want to, bro. I want to be.
People's in Shaft.
Oh, you did?
That was like.
Oh yeah, I reenacted it with Cypher Sounds. Me and
That's
Cypher.
lit.
We did like a reenactment of people's from Shaft and shit. Nah, bro, I want to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be like, bro, I want to win an Academy Award, bro. Like,
Well, you got to speak it to existence. That's the way to do it.
Word.
But I appreciate you coming through, coming all the way to New Jersey to fuck with me and chop it up.
Yeah,
Hopefully it won't be the last. But any last words you want to say to the people?
Man, God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
God bless. It's the Mike Ruga podcast. We out. Bodega Bamz, Mike Ruga.